Hey everybody, this is Jay back with another video. This is going to be a video about the differences and why I switched originally from Xsplit way back in the day when it wasn't Broadcaster to OBS, and why now I use just OBS. I did get a free 3-month thing, so 90-day free thing for their premium for XSplit because I got this Logic camera, but I just don't like it, and I'll tell you why. Okay, everything is so much more simple on OBS than XSplit. Back in the day when I first started streaming, I always used XSplit, not this garbage that's here now on the left. I used to use it because it was so much more easy to mess with, and I didn't know much back then, so I thought it was an easy solution. Nowadays, I don't like XSplit Broadcaster at all. I don't think it's a good app. I don't think it's a good program. Things are much harder to get to than it is with OBS. OBS is so much more easy to use, and I think it's actually a better overall program. It's more smooth. It runs things much better. It's less heavy on the CPU and stuff like that. Like right now, XSplit is running at like 6 to 10% of my CPU, and XSplit is running 6 to 10% of my CPU just at idle, not even doing anything. And all the same things are all set up exactly the same. Except for it can't see the camera. You can only do that in one thing at a time. But as you can see over here, the CPU usage on OBS is only 1.4 to 1.7%. It's a much better program. I originally had a lifetime license with the original XSplit. And when they switched to all this broadcaster and other crap, I didn't like it. And I lost my lifetime license that I paid for. And I wasn't really happy about that at all. And they gave me some weird Founders thing at the beginning, but that didn't last long. And I wasn't happy with that at all, because like I told them, I was using XSplit originally because it wasn't OBS, and it was easier for me to figure out. But now all I use is OBS, so go figure. But it's just, now it's just so much easier since I've been using OBS for years and years. I don't do it professionally. As you can see, I don't have much scenes or anything like that. I just use it as is. But to me, it's a much better app in general. Like, say, if you want to switch out your resolutions, everything is under settings. You can go right there to settings, and you can go to video. And it's plain as day. The top resolution is your base resolution, what your screen is at. And if you want to switch down to like 1080, because Kick doesn't do 2K, the highest Kick can do is only 1920 by 1080. So if you're doing streaming to Kick, this has to be at 1920 by 1080. You can do 60 frames, but no higher than that. And neither of them run any good at higher than 60 anyways. But that's much easier on OBS to get to. Over here on XSplit, you actually have to switch whatever your main resolution is right here. And then it took me a while to figure this out, and that's why I don't like it. You actually have to come up here and go to broadcast, whatever you're set up to broadcast at. And then you hit the little gear, and brings up this screen, and then you have to hit this gear, and then you change this resolution here to 1920 by 1080 if you want to output a different resolution. I think that's bad. It is not easy to come across. It's not easy to find, and I don't like it in general. I won't be continuing the license on this at all. I mean, I tried it last night. I streamed for it for a while. Things seemed to be a little bit laggy with it, and it's stressing my CPU much more than OBS does. Almost, you might as well say 10% more of my CPU. So how much more is this? I mean, this is just the idle, and that went up on my GPU, almost went up to 50%. How crazy is that? So this program isn't all that great. I don't like it anymore, and I don't know how many people actually use it. I mean, if you do because you can't figure out OBS, if you need to figure out OBS and I can make some videos, I'll make some videos on it. But it's not all that hard. OBS is just a generally better program. And I won't be using Xsplit. I'm actually going to be deleting it after this. Alright guys, if you have any questions or comments, definitely let me know and I'll see if I can answer them. Have a good one.